The movie opens in a green field with a lawn where an environmental scientist removes her glasses while taking pictures of the area. She looks around with a concerned expression and remarks that this should be here. After putting her glasses back on, she continues taking pictures. The camera zooms out, revealing a large patch of green land in the North Pole amidst thick snow. The scene then shifts to a city's radio astronomy station, where Zane and Calvin monitor computers for signals. While adjusting the antenna as per Wolf 3, 3, and 6, the two men converse about Zane. Suddenly, Zane received a call from his girlfriend, Shaw, promising her he'd be home in a few minutes. As the lab computers detect a signal, causing Zane to drop the phone, the two men focus on pinpointing its meaning. Zoom, Calvin. Go through the 3 phases to confirm the signal is real. But the signal fades after phase 2. Waiting all night and morning for the signal's return, the men report their discovery to their supervisor at NASA. However, he dismisses it, insisting they need more evidence than just 42 seconds of sound to be taken seriously. Despite Zane's persistence, Gowdy, their supervisor, takes him aside and informs him about budget cuts, leading to Zane's shock at being fired, especially after he believed he had brought a groundbreaking discovery to the facility. Gowdy apologized to Zane for the situation, expressing his regret. Disturbed by the sudden turn of events, Zane exits the office. Meanwhile, Award, the supervisor, seizes and destroys Zane's signal recording. Zane returns home and faces his girlfriend on their balcony. As the heat rises, their argument about their relationship and trust escalates, fueling their frustration. Alana attempts to obtain satellite images of a specific area in another part of the world, but the machines malfunction, hindering her efforts. When she contacts NASA about the issue, they inform her that the satellites are down, refusing to provide a time frame for when they'll be operational again. Back in the city, Zane contacts other stations that had previously offered him a job but discovers they have rescinded their offers. One of these potential opportunities reveals that Wardy had informed them Zane was fabricating signals to retain his job. Enraged by this revelation, Zane drives to the facility to confront Gordy. Upon arrival, Zane's entry pass had expired, forcing him to breach the fence to access the main facility. He rushes to a lecture hall to confront Wardy, who is in the audience. Questioning Wardy's actions and demanding the return of his tapes, Zane is met with Wardy's indifference, claiming ignorance about Zane's allegations as security forcibly removes him. Zane, perplexed by Gordy's motives, exits the facility and finds a phone booth to contact Calvin, who's still at the office. He learns that men have arrived to clear out their files, claiming the signal they believe to be from a star originated from a defense satellite, justifying the confiscation of their work. Zane doubts this explanation, asserting that the object emitting the signal moved like a star rather than a satellite. Despite Zane's plea for secrecy regarding their backup of the signal, Calvin, fearful of repercussions, confesses everything to the men. Frustrated and angered, Zane leaves the phone booth and heads to Shaw's workplace, overwhelmed by the situation. The couple argues about Zane's growing paranoia and Shaw's job offer in San Diego. Irritated by his persistent doubts, Shaw urges him to go home, promising to talk later. Feeling distressed by the encounter, Zane takes matters into his own hands. Using his new job as a dish repairman, he assembles an array of dishes to capture the elusive signal again. He creates a home lab for his research and hears sounds outside one night while working. Investigating, he discovers Kiki, the boy next door, hanging upside down from his porch. After helping Kiki down, the curious boy enters Zane's lab, displaying keen interest and bombarding Zane with numerous questions about his work. Although initially annoyed, Zane indulges Kiki's curiosity, answering all of his questions. The following day, Kiki returns to Zane's house, captivated by his research. While watching the monitors, they both notice spikes similar to the ones Zane and Calvin had observed in their office a few days earlier. Suddenly, Mexican music intertwines with the signal, causing interference. Zane deduces that Earth must be communicating with the same signal. Determined to discuss this revelation with Calvin, Zane visits his friend's house, only to find the police there, informing him of Calvin's death due to carbon monoxide poisoning. Shocked by the incident, Zane decides to travel to Mexico in search of the station broadcasting the interfering signal he was tracking. Arriving at the station, he discovers it has been burned down. Disheartened, Zane returns to his hotel, attempting to relax and catch up on voicemails. While in the hotel, a bathtub crashes down from the room above, nearly killing him. He narrowly escapes and notices a man following him from the airport. Zane pursues the man, corners him, and demands to know his identity. However, distractions arise as several people emerge from the neighboring house, diverting Zane's attention. Looking back, he's surprised to see the man already on the roof. The next day, Zane searches for another station and encounters a woman being harassed by soldiers. Trying to assist her, Zane and the woman are detained until their equipment can be inspected. Soon after, another woman entered the room and apologized for damaging their gear. Tensions rise as the two women argue, leaving Zane perturbed by the unexpected events. Zane remains convinced that he saw Goro among the police inspecting the equipment and urges a lawyer to let the situation go. Meanwhile, back in the city, Gordy approaches the same individual responsible for Calvin's assassination, emphasizing the necessity of handling the issue Zane is causing. Disguised as gardeners, they visit Zane's house and deploy a machine that engulfs and confiscates all of Zane's equipment, leaving his attic barren. In Mexico, Zane and Alana head into town and discuss her work while sharing drinks. Alana reveals the rapid global temperature changes and shows Zane pictures she took in the Arctic, indicating the potential melting of polar ice caps due to rising temperatures. Recollecting lectures he attended about terraforming, Zane hints at this concept to Alana, expressing his intention to elaborate after consulting an expert. He then bids her good night and returns to his hotel, cautioning her to be careful. Unaware that someone has released scorpions in her room, Alana prepares for bed and is startled by intense pain in her foot caused by a scorpion's venomous sting. Meanwhile, Zane contacts Shaw at his hotel, seeking information as she works as an investment banker. Shaw reveals that the responsible company operates globally with over 20 branches, shocking Zane to discover one in Mexico. Zane sneaks into the compound to gather more information while scouting the premises. Zane witnesses the ground shaking intensely as a massive antenna emerges from the earth, emitting a powerful signal. Amidst this phenomenon, he notices his taxi driver arriving at the location, seemingly comfortable and familiar with the area. Following the driver through the gates, Zane infiltrates the premises, discovering it to be a disguised factory. Attempting to blend in, Zane explores the facility, eventually entering an elevator that traverses vast technological depths. Arriving at lower levels, he encounters an alien being, shocking him further when he witnesses the creature transform into a human using advanced technology. Startled, Zane accidentally falls into a space dedicated to terraforming, marveling at the sight before being spotted by an alien who alerts others. Realizing he's been discovered, Zane frantically tries to escape, noticing his face displayed on screens throughout the facility as aliens begin searching for him. Recognizing this as his sole opportunity to flee, he uses a machine that enables aliens to assume human form, altering his appearance in the elevator. When his transformed hands begin to melt, he pushes the alien out of the elevator to avoid detection and then crawls to the surface. Feeling the effects of the transformation fading, Zane struggles, ultimately managing to escape the facility. Desperate to shed the remaining human disguise, he plunges into a fountain, attempting to wash away the alien skin from his body, returning to his true form. Zane, attempting to escape the pursuing aliens, inadvertently hits someone resembling Gordy, and with the rest of the aliens closing in, he speeds away. The next day, Zane is called to the police station under false accusations of killing a security guard while drunk. Refusing to accept the accusations, he demands to see the body they claim he hit, then locks the room behind him. As he watches from the window, expecting to see one body, he's shocked to witness numerous corpses on the ground, realizing the danger he's in. Using the window to escape, Zane flees on a bus back to the U.S. Upon returning, Zane heads to NASA to confront Gordy, startling him with his unexpected appearance. He confronts Gordy, revealing his knowledge and threatening to expose his true identity by pointing a concealed gun. Zane coerces Gordy to a secluded area where he has set up cameras, pressuring him to divulge information about the alien factories on Earth. After obtaining the vital information, Zane grabs the camera and flees, leaving Gordy behind. Hurrying home, Zane finds Kiki and learns about his contingency plan if something were to happen to him. They head to his house to view the tape, only to discover that the house has been emptied. As Zane contemplates his next move, he is uncertain of his options. Shaw arrives, informing Zane about detectives visiting her and stating that he's facing manslaughter charges. Despite her skepticism about Zane's alien claims, Shaw offers her help. They head to the radio station where Zane used to work, accompanied by Kiki while he prepares to transmit. Spotting an alien outside, Zane suspects Shaw might have tipped them off after a struggle with one of the aliens. He gives Shaw an ultimatum and instructs Kiki before rushing to adjust the antennas. However, Zane inadvertently signals Kiki, who unlocks the door for Gordy, allowing him to seize the tape and reveal his true alien identity. Shocked and betrayed by Kiki's deception, Zane is determined to escape with Shaw. During an altercation with Gordy and his cohorts, Zane incapacitates them using nitrogen gas. Still, he accidentally activates the alien machine, creating a suction force pulling everything in its path. Zane and Shaw flee the station as chaos ensues, the device tearing apart the large antenna. Holding on tightly to the railings, they narrowly survive the crash. In the movie's conclusion, the broadcasting station receives interference, displaying the conversation between Zane and Gordy and exposing the truth to the entire world.